Hello students, today I am going to take up refraction through spherical surface here. So for that, let us consider, so this is a one spherical surface separating two different media having refractive indices mu1 and mu2. You can see this is the pole and this is the principal axis. So the center of curvature of the spherical surface is here and the radius of curvature is capital R. So let us consider an object is placed at O at a distance u from the pole P here. And a straight ray goes, the OP is a straight ray, passes through the pole undeviated and goes straight here. And another ray is taken. So this is what your OB which strikes here. And if you draw a normal which strikes the center of curvature, it makes an angle I, undergoes refraction, making an angle of refraction R, and these two rays will meet here, and here you are going to get the real image. Wherever the rays are going to meet, you are going to get the real image. I is the position of the real image here. Okay, so we got this one. Then if you observe here, this height h is what here, the height where the light ray is striking the spherical surface here. Okay, so from the triangles here, so in triangle OBC, so what is the exterior angle here? I is the exterior angle, alpha beta are the interior angles. So I can write I equal to alpha plus beta. And in the case of this triangle, that is BCI, triangle BCI, exterior angle is beta, interior angles are R and gamma. So beta equal to R plus gamma. I want R equal to beta minus gamma, right? So you know Snell's law. Let us apply Snell's law. So what is Snell's law here? Snell's law is mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin R. And for small angles, what we can write here, sin I is equal to I, and sin R is approximately equal to R. So we get what here, mu1 I equal to mu2 R. Substitute I and R values from here, we will get mu1 equal mu1 of alpha plus beta and mu2 of beta minus gamma we get. And again for small angles, what we can write here, for small angles, I equal to, what we can write here, tan I equal to tan I. So tan I equal, what is there here? Tan I equal to, we can write h by, this is what here u, but u is what here negative as per the sign convention. So I can write h by minus u. That is, I'm sorry, this is alpha equal, not I. Alpha approximately equal to tan alpha, beta approximately equal to tan beta. So tan beta equal, I can write h by r because r is positive, and gamma equal to tan gamma equal to h by, what I can write here, that is v. I can write v is also positive as per the sign convention. Substitute these values here. We are going to get here I am substituting mu1 of alpha is what here, h by minus u plus h by r equal to mu2 of h by r minus h by v. H cancel out on both sides, and if you rearrange, you are going to get a mu2 by v minus mu1 by u equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r. So if you write this one, this is called as, I'm writing once again, mu2 minus mu2 by v minus mu1 by u equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r. So this is called the refraction formula on spherical surfaces here. Refraction formula for spherical surfaces. And we have considered small angles here. For that we got this formula. And moreover, though we derived this formula for convex surface and real image, but this formula can be applicable for concave surface and also for virtual images also, because this formula is for all types of images and surfaces here. Suppose if the angles are not small, then what could be the formula? So if the angles are not small, for angles are not small, then the formula becomes mu2 by v minus mu1 by u equal to mu2 cos r minus mu1 cos I divided by r. So this is the refraction formula whenever the angles are not small here. Okay, so this is a refraction through spherical surface formula, right? So you know that we will see in the case of the lenses, two surfaces are there, but it will have only one focus, one focal length. Why it will have only one focal length? So normally if two surfaces are there, then it should have two focal lengths, but we take only one focal length. What is the reason for that one? So let us take this one, that means single focal length for lenses here. So I'm taking for first principal focus and second principal focus and making them equal how? See here. So if the object is placed at the focus, the rays after refraction will become what here? They are going to be parallel to principal axis, means the image will be formed at infinity. Means if u equal to f, v becomes what here? Infinity. Substitute this value, what I'm going to get here? Mu2 by infinity minus mu1 by f equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r. So f equal what I'm going, this is going to be 0. Okay. So f equal what I'm going to get here? Minus r by mu2 minus mu1. Minus mu1 also there, mu1 r by mu2 minus mu1. This is the first principal focus when object is here and image is formed inside the denser medium. Now second case is here. In this one, what I'm going to take here, this is the spherical surface. The rays are coming parallel. When the rays comes parallel, they are going to merge at the focus. So this is F here, rays are coming from infinity. Means here U equal to F and V equal to infinity, sorry, U equal to infinity, V becomes what here? F. I'm writing F2, here I'm writing F1 for the sake of understanding. Substitute the same here, that is mu2, this is mu1, this is mu2 here. Mu2 by V how much? F2, mu1 by infinity equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r. Again this term becomes 0 here. What I'm going to get? F2 equal to mu2 r by mu2 minus mu1. Okay. So what we can write here, what we got here, these two formulas we got when the object is at a focus or object at infinity. Suppose if on either side, in the case of the lens, what we take here, the lens looks like this, and on either side the medium will be same except the medium of that lens here. So in this case, what happens here, we are going to have mu2 and mu1 will be same. Mu2 and mu1 will be same means what does it mean here? So if mu1 equal to mu2, what you are going to get here? So actually mu1 not equal to mu2 on either side. If it is same, what happens here, this mu2 and this mu1 is going to be cancelled out. We are going to get what here, if you divide this, you are going to get the actual one, that is f1 by f2 equal to what you are going to get, um, mu1 by mu2 you are going to get with a minus sign. Suppose if on either side the medium is same, if mu1 equal to mu2, then what happens here? You are going to get f1 equal to minus f2. What does it mean here? Minus sign indicates simply that if one focal length is on left side, the other focal length is right side. But the magnitudes are same. That means for a lens, normally we have two curved surfaces, but still it has only one focal length. The reason is here we got. So on either side of the lens, the medium will be same. Hence the focal length will be only single. Okay. So I hope you understand this one, guys. Thank you.